catching one of my lives. My name is Erica Hood Vincent, your income stream strategist and sales funnel consultant, and I am streaming on Instagram, Facebook, um, and YouTube. So I'll be kind of going back and forth. So I want to just do a quick check-in for my replay watchers. Welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking me out on the replay. Make sure that you drop a hashtag replay down below so I can be sure to come and shout you out by name. Now, I know that, what's up, Nicole? What is going on, Indy? Now, I'm going to put the title. First, I got a really cool keyboard, so I want to see if this works. Hold on. I am supposed to be able to type on multiple devices. So let me put the title of this, 5 areas of opportunity you can dominate. I can't see. So let me know where you all are tuning in from uh, right now. And then I'm going to hit post. Now, how do you pin it? Because I haven't done this in like a really long time. How do you pin it? Oh, there it is. Yay. So I just typed it from my keyboard and it went over to my phone. All right. So hey there, YouTubers. Hey there, Facebook family. Hey there, Instagram family. So tonight I want to just share with you all some feedback I received from some of my client calls today. And now is a really, really great time to show up and dominate in your space. Like none other. And you're doing this from a place of sincerity. You're doing this from a place of sincerity. You're doing this from a place of showing up ready to serve. You're doing this from a place of making sure that you are being a problem solver for the people that you serve right now. Okay. So I put a post inside of the Impact Inner Circle group and I shared Instagram, you can't see it, but I'll share it over on Facebook. I put it in my stories too, I think earlier today, but it was a picture and it was showing like 5 of the top um, companies that is dominating in their industry. So Netflix, Airbnb, Uber, and it was a couple Apple, and it was a couple of other ones in there. And one of the things that, let me see if I can pull it up on here. And one of the things that the points that they were making was that Netflix didn't put Blockbuster out of business, right? Their ridiculous late fees did. Uber didn't put didn't kill the taxi business. Their limited access and fare control is what killed the taxi business. Apple didn't kill the music industry. Being forced to buy a full album is what killed record sales in the music industry. Amazon didn't kill other retailers. Poor customer service is what killed retailers. So if you think about somebody like your favorite stores that were in the malls, they're literally if they're not already shut down, they're closing down because Amazon is disrupting the retail game. Complete annihilation in the retail space. You take Airbnb. Airbnb isn't killing the hotel industry. The limited availability and pricing options is what's killing the hotel space. I know for me, when I travel a lot, I don't even look for hotels in the area that I'm going to visit or for a business trip. I'm looking for Airbnbs. One, because it's way cheaper. Two, it's a little bit more secluded, inclusive, and you just feel like you're like in a home away from home, right? Especially now more than ever with everything going on with COVID. I'm sure more and more Airbnbs are going to be popping up. So I wanted to take this same analogy. I wanted to take this same concept, and I wanted to have you apply some of these principles into your service-based business, because the audience that I serve, the women that I work with, they're in service-based businesses, right? So I wanted to share with you 5 areas of opportunity that you have right now to dominate in your space. Okay. So the first area is your delivery or your deliverable, right? So is your deliverable easy to consume once people buy it? Is it complex? Do people have tons of questions after they buy it? Do they have to watch a video to get started? Or is it easy to get started once you client onboard them, right? Think about the feedback that you're getting when people pay for your service, right? If you're constantly getting the same questions like, where do I go to look for this? Or I didn't know that this was available in there. Or I don't have access to that. And they're asking these same questions over and over again. You may want to take a look and make sure that your deliverable is actually easy to consume, digest, and navigate. Okay, because people like simple, people do not like complex. They came to you because they were already in a state of confusion and needed clarity. And so, in them investing in your service, they're looking for simplicity, right? So, number two, the second area that you can disrupt in your industry right now is pricing. Okay, so I'm not saying that you have to discount, do flash sales, or anything like that. But if you take a look at where people are primarily have complaint with pricing, it's because it's not as competitive to other people in your industry. It's not as competitive to other people in your industry. So I always tell my clients, do a market analysis of your industry. Do a market analysis of your industry and see what some top experts and gurus in your space are charging for the same or similar service that you're offering, and see how can you be just as competitive, and then add your it factor to that as well, right? Because it's about value added pricing at the same time, right? So look and see where you can add value and be competitive with your pricing. Can you offer something of great value at a lesser price point? Can you offer something of higher value at a higher price point, but remove more of yourself from the process, right? So just think about that. The third area in which you can, shout out to Nicole for dropping the recap notes. I appreciate you. So the third area in which you can dominate in your space is the availability, right? One thing more than ever, just like with the Airbnb, people are not having enough hotel rooms, especially around conference time and the summertime when it comes to not cookouts, family reunions, I said conferences, big shows, big concerts, things of that nature. So if you look at annual events that take place in your town or in your city every single year, you know for a fact there's blocks and blocks of hotel floors that are sold out when there's an annual conference or annual event going on, right? And for that very reason, people get frustrated because they either cannot attend the event, or they have to book at a hotel that's 15, 20, half an hour, or 30 miles outside of the parameter of where the event is. And that is frustrating, right? So you want to make sure that your service also adds a space where there is availability. So if you're in a service-based space, how much are you available, right? In a sense of customer service, in a sense of responding to questions, in a sense of just being able to reach you on a certain level, right? And so the format in which you are available to your clients is completely up to you. It can be email, it can be text, it can be a once a week or once a month live call, completely up to you. But make sure that it's very, very clear upfront of how much access and availability your clients have to you. Okay, makes sense? Awesome. Okay, number 4. This is going to be a tough one because this is really dependent on what your personality is like. Okay, so I'll just put a little disclaimer on that. But when it comes to looking for an area in your industry that you can completely disrupt, think about the area of comfort or sensitivity level when it comes to the service that you actually provide, right? Because as an impactor, you have to think about it. You're providing a service that's going to ultimately change the mindset, change the life, change the business of someone for the better, right? It's going to change the mindset, change the life, change the business for someone for the better. And in doing so, you're probably more than likely, if you're really good, you're going to strike on some areas in the personal space that can be a little bit uncomfortable, right? That brings up a little bit of vulnerability in those consultations, in those sessions that you're having with your client, right? So if you're the type of person like me that's very, very type A and just balls to the wall, for lack of a better word, and get her done by any means necessary, you have to do a gut check and check yourself at the door and be mindful of other people's sensitivity level. Because if you come off too aggressive, too passive aggressive, too harsh, um, people can be a little standoffish and not be as open to want to share, right? Which will cause you the inability to not help them get the result that they're looking for. So be very mindful of people's comfort and sensitivity level as well. It's not talked about a lot, but it's an underlying problem for a lot of people. It's an underlying problem for a lot of people. And you find that out when they go hire another coach. Okay. Fifth one is ease of use or implementation. So almost kind of like the deliverable, but from a system standpoint, right? So if you are providing a service and that service is your clients get access to the back end client portal or a membership group or any type of system where the application is taking place of you, like, it is I'm trying to figure out a good way to describe it. So the client onboarding application is like you in system form, right? Understand and make sure that how they log on is very, very clear. Make sure that you explain to them what they're walking into when they opt in or log into that system. Tell them where to start. Give them reminders of where things are. Because the worst thing to have happen is people, especially if you have a reoccurring service like a monthly membership, right? I know people who have services that they just provide like graphic templates every month, right? Me, like one example, so I'm signed up for one of my good friends. She has a social media graphic template membership, 19-20 bucks a month. And she sent out I got, the bill, I got the email confirmation for my monthly payment. And I was like, oh, let me go in here and check and see what graphic she uploaded, for April. Right. And so I go in there and I'm just clicking around. Right. And I'm not throwing her under the bus because I went back actually to the client onboard email, and everything that I didn't know that I had access to was actually in that first thank you for signing up email that I never read. So this is all on me basically. But when I was going back there, I did not realize how much stuff that I had access to, right? So if you are someone who offers a membership and you have people like me who's absent-minded, their mind is going like 100 miles a minute, it is awesome to just give your clients reminders. Hey, don't forget that you can get access to this over here. Don't forget to click here to get access to that, right? And so you can do that, and you're in an email sequence, right? When your client on board, your members, the first maybe 3 to 5 emails, if you space them out over days or weeks, those next set of emails after that first initial one can just be just reminder emails, right? Letting people know what they have access to, just reminding them of all of the benefits and goodies that they have when they signed up for your thing, right? So ease of use and implementation. So the other thing is, if you are using a system that people are not used to navigating. Okay, so a lot of people use Facebook group, right? Like that's the number one go-to for community, to do lives, to post units and files and stuff like that. The second place are teaching platforms, right? So Teachable, Thinkific. So if you think about these common platforms, if you think about these common platforms, right? In their mind, they're ready to take their mouse and click in certain areas because that's just what they're used to using. Does that make sense? Right? So if you're using a platform that is outside of the norm, do your due diligence by doing like a quick video tutorial, like a start here. You know what I mean? Like a start here. This is where you start. This is where you're going to look for this. If it is a platform that people are just not used to being onboarded on. Does that make sense? Right? So when you do this, the more, sorry, texts are coming in. So the more that you keep your members, keep your clients informed, the more you are available to their immediate need, right? Their immediate upfront need, the more that you are being cost effective for your client, the more that you are constantly communicating ways in which you can continuously help them. Two words, constantly and continuously, right? So the more that you constantly communicate how you can be of continuous service to them, the longer you are going to retain clients. And that's, my love, is how you disrupt the industry, the market space in your industry. So listen, if I said something and it struck a chord in you, you had an aha moment, you currently have a service that can be life changing for people, especially right now. I always tell people right now, you need to be serving from a place of 3 R's, right? You need to be able to show up and help people with some type of resolve, with some type of result, or help them generate revenue. Okay. Like, don't come on here and just trying to take people's money. Like, people are in desperate times. People are in a state of, holding on to their money, and they only want to invest it or spend it where they can get an immediate result, where they can get immediate resolve, where that money can help them make more money, right? So if you are an impactor in a service-based business and you know that you have an offer that can resolve a problem, bring somebody an immediate result, right, or help them generate revenue, but you are looking to add your it factor, you're looking for a way to really disrupt your industry right now during this time, and you just can't put the pieces together, I invite you to opt into a complimentary impactor session. Just go to impacttoincrease.com/chat45. Impacttoincrease.com. Nicole, if you're still on, go ahead and type this in the comment section for me. Impacttoincrease.com/chat45. I am going to put the link at the bottom of the screen. So the ticker tape going across the bottom, impacttoincrease.com, chat 45. This is where, awesome, Nicole says she's opting in. Yeah. So this is where you can go and you can book your session. And let me tell you what's going to happen on this call. So we are very, very clear. Okay. So when you book your time, you're going to receive an email. And in that email, you're going to be asked to fill out your pre-session form. This is really, really important. So I am a respecter of everyone's time, right? I need to know, and it's important to know what I'm walking into in your business. So this pre-session form gives me the opportunity to understand more about where there's money leaks in your business, so I can plan out your strategy section, customized for your business, right? And during that session, if I feel as though, it's my favorite phrase, if I feel as though I have services or products that can help you take your income or take your impact to the next level, I will then share with you and invite you for the opportunity to work together further. Okay, so just know that. But this 45-minute call is going to be a complimentary call to see where there's money leaks and then provide you with suggestions on how we can move forward to plug in those holes. Okay, so you can be a disruptor in your space. All right. Thank you so much for the recap. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for listening. Yes, absolutely. Um, the first one is Thursday. When can you book that? The first one is Thursday. I think Thursday and Friday of this week. But if you click on it, you can click on, I want to say next, and then it shows you my next week availability as well. But I'm only taking about maybe 5 more for the rest of April. So you want to grab them really quickly. All right. So until next time, be a blessing to others, and you too will be blessed. Don't forget to go make your impact. Take care. There we go. Share to story. Uh-oh. I'm trying to end all of these.